Should you start a business in 2026? For those who don't know me, my name is Davis and I own an exterior cleaning business. And I can tell you that me working as a project engineer in my corporate jobs before, owning your own business, there's a set of benefits to it. And we all know that AI is here, and there are many jobs that are being replaced by AI. There's never been a good time or a better time to start a business than in the days that we're living today. One, you can start a business that is recession proof, and not when you start a business, you're not easily replaced. You're not replaced by AI. So, should you start a business in 2026? Yes, I say you should go ahead for it. Go and start your own business in 2026. You can leverage AI, for example, to promote your business. You can create scripts, and then you use them for voiceovers for your business. So there's never been a better time to start a business than the times that we're living in today. And there are many benefits to owning your own business. Your income increases. There's no ceiling to your income, which is different when you're in a corporate job. When you're in a corporate job, there's a cap to how much you earn. It's not the same thing when it comes to having your own business. You determine your income. The time that you put in is what you get out. And you're the one who determine how much to charge for the jobs that you do. It's not the same when it comes to your corporate job. Your corporate job has a certain ceiling to your income or your wages, your salary, and it's determined by someone. And they usually increase it once in a while, maybe 3 to 5% during the time that you're working for a company. But again, as a business keeps on growing. When you own a business, it is a living, breathing thing. So it keeps on growing. And the more it grows, the more it generates income. So you're not capped. There's no cap to how much you can earn as a business owner. Second thing, why you could consider starting a business in 2026 is that you get to buy time back. Of course, when you're starting a business, it's going to require a lot of time. So you're going to work long hours, and that is in the beginning, long hours, and also you're going to work on weekends. But every time that you put in is invested in something that is worthwhile. A business, when it is first started, it's just like a baby. You know, when you have children, we have children at home, we have 2 of them. And when you start a business, just like giving birth to a child. When you give birth to a child, you need to nourish that child. And at least for the first 3 months of that child's birth, you're going to have sleepless nights. For those who are parents who have experienced it, you know what I'm talking about. You'll have sleepless nights. You'll have uncomfortable nights because some children don't sleep through the night. So that's how business is. Business is going to demand your time, but it is worthwhile. Once, like a baby, start crawling and start walking, the other things, they start becoming independent. That's also just the same applies to a business. When you start a business, it's going to demand a lot from you, your time, your effort, your thinking. But time comes that it's even your income, because you have to continue investing in. But time comes that the business starts to stand on its own. So you don't have to put in the time, too much time the way you used to in the very beginning, right? You don't have to put in a lot of income the way you used to in the beginning, because it starts generating income. And of course, the more it grows, the more money it is going to generate for you, right? So the third benefit is you're able to spend more time with your family. When you're in a corporate job, someone gives you permission when to be at work or when not to be at work, when to go on vacation or not to go on vacation. So someone dictates when you're to be at work or not at work. When you own your own business, you dictate when to do what, when to go on vacation. You have that freedom. I never had that freedom. Although yes, you're earning a certain amount of money like a project manager, you don't have that freedom. Someone will tell you what you need to do when. It's not the same when you have your own business. Another reason why you should start a business, think about long term. Think about the legacy that you create by starting a business. When in a corporate job, of course, you have qualifications. If they lay off anyone, or if they lay you off at your corporate job, you can't tell them, let me bring my son or let me bring my daughter to take up my job. No. When you leave the job, before it doesn't even pass many days and you're replaced and even forgotten. It's not the same when you have your own business. When you start a business, you have a long vision. You know why you're starting it, that it may be able to absorb your children in it, your grandchildren in it, your great-grandchildren in it. That's the vision one should have when you start a family business. So you're able to bring in your own people. It's not the same when you have your own job. When you have a job, you're working for someone. You cannot dictate. Once you leave the job, or even if you're sick, you can't tell them to replace someone to come to work in your place, your family member to come to work in your place. So owning your own business gives you that freedom to be able to absorb your family members, and you have that long-term vision. You know, you're creating a legacy. There's a saying, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So it is a duty, it is a calling for all of us to start something greater than us that we can pass on to the next generation. We should not live for our own self. We should live selfless, thinking about the generations after us. If you didn't find anything left for you, you can't do the same as the generations before you who never did anything to pass on to you. You can do different. So I encourage you, start a business in 2026. Do something that can generate income. You can start it while you're working. You can start it when you're having your 9 to 5. Do something in your evening time when you come from work. Do something on your weekends. Don't just let it slip away. Be determined to start something that you call your own. That you call your own. No one will call the shots other than you. When you do, you will have freedom as time goes by, to do with your income that you're bringing in, the time that you buy back, the freedom of choice. So think about starting a business. It may be a service business. Service business, then there's not a lot of capital. If you do choose the right service business, there's not a lot of capital that you need to start a service business. It just needs effort, showing up, and doing doing things that other people don't want to do. You understand? And that's how a business is. So people will pay you for providing a service that they would rather not do. You know, sometimes we look down on certain things to do. It can be garbage collection. Maybe people don't have an issue with garbage at their houses. So you can be the solution. Business is pretty much finding a problem and providing a solution, or creating a product that people will pay for. That is pretty much business. And these days, although some business have been around, you can find something that is unique about you. Maybe showing up, being a man of your own word, showing up early to any schedule that you've done, and doing the job really good. Get 5 stars. These days people are on social media. If you get some good reviews on your website, people to come start talking about you, you get jobs. That's how you get jobs. So I encourage you this year, 2026, as I record this video today is the 1st of January 2026, start a business. Start a business. Start a business. When you come from work, think about what could you start. Look around and see what are the pain points people are going through. What are some of the things that people would love to see solved? And then you start from there. That's how business is. You look for a solution to a problem, or you create a product that you know people will pay for. That is pretty much business. So I encourage you, start something of your own, and I know you'll thank yourself later for taking such a decision. So I wish you a happy new year, a prosperous new year. I pray that everything goes well for you. I pray that you do amazing things for yourself. I pray that you can leverage the time, start something. And actually, when you start a business, you can leverage time, you can leverage people to do more than you could as a person.